Hello everybody, I'm going to show you the new 3.5 features. We're actually releasing this at 3.5.9, required 9 updates since we brought out our 3.4, which was done in early May. So this is about this is an 8-week update. So we've added quite a lot of new things. First, I'd like to share with you one of the biggest features, which is the upgrade to the text box. So when you actually select the text box, as you can see now, we actually moved a setting into the font area, the settings menu here, and we've added wrap and shrink. So shrink is just the ability, as you can see here, the text box is just one line, and it just shrinks. So there's no line breaks in there, but it just automatically shrinks. Now, if I change it to wrap, as you can see now, the font is actually small because it adjusted it from the shrink. But if I go here and change the font to say 20, you can see now the text will wrap, and you can see it just wraps. It just wraps out of the marquee. So it actually wraps and then pushes out of the marquee. One of the features that we added here is you could see here there's the wrap mode where it's wrapped, but if I actually switch that and put the push down mode now, as I wrap this, as I grab that text box and actually wrap it, you could see the marquee stretches with it. So this is really good for setting up when you're doing rich media editing and you have stacked elements, and I'll show you that in a bit. That gives you the ability to push down that marquee. So I'm going to put that back, and I'm going to change this now to wrap and shrink. So wrap and shrink is wonderful because, as you can see, as you shrink it down, it just shrinks within it. It wraps, but it stays within the marquee. So this is really a big upgrade from the fluid design. Also, as you can see, the size here is 20 pixels. But as you wrap it and shrink it, because it gets smaller, you can see here we've added the ability to see what the new font size is as it gets smaller, even though it was set to 20 in the original marquee. So this is a feature you should play around with. It's definitely going to make making text boxes more responsive, more fluid, and easier to use. So let me switch over to another creative here. As you can see here, we actually have a section of the creative, and if I actually go in and I click on that section, that's called the brand panel. So it's a group that was set up. The brand panel was set up as a group. It was set up as a scrollable group. You can see here clicked, and we set up stacked or wrapped instead of anchoring. So in this case here, as you can see, each element that's actually in the group, we added a space bar, we added then the logo, another space bar, there's the headline, there's the can, a space bar, and then if you keep scrolling it, you can see there is the text box. So you can see here you have the entire text box actually in that scrollable element, and then after that you have a CTA, etc. And this makes use of being able to push things down so they don't overlap. So this is a really great use of the shrink and the wrap. The wrap, being able to set the wrap in here, and then being able to use that push down to affect the size of that marquee. So it is a new advanced feature. Please check it out. If you have any questions, you can send a ticket to support@responsiveads.com. I think you'll really like it. Another interesting new feature we've added was the ability we've added in the element list, the ability to upload Photoshop files. So now when you're building out using templates, you can actually go in and just upload a Photoshop file directly into. So if I click on this and I say I want to choose my file, what it does is give you the ability, see, I'm just going to upload this Photoshop file now. It gives you the ability to upload a complete Photoshop file with all the layers in order directly into a group on the right side. So as you could see here, as this uploads, there's the Photoshop file, and as you can see here, you get a group, and in that entire group you have the entire Photoshop file in the order. So that's the way the Photoshop file was actually laid out, but you can see here all of the element layers in the Photoshop file are now in the group. So it's really nice when you start doing a lot of versions and you need to have big uploads of new Photoshop files, or if you're working on a template and you want to upload a Photoshop file directly, this is a very nice feature. So I'm just going to turn that group off. And then if you look on the left, we've added a little icon here where you can actually replace images using a layered Photoshop file. So you can actually do the same thing, upload a Photoshop file like this, and now instead of it uploading into a group, you now have the ability to actually, it parses all of the layers, and then you can actually replace elements with specific elements from the Photoshop file. So this is again geared towards having a template. So there you go. So you see each one of the different elements, and you can go in here and replace the existing elements with that Photoshop file upload. So this is a new feature. We will be testing it. If you do have any issues with uploading Photoshop files, please let us know again. But it is a big new feature to really expand the ability to work with templates. One of the things we've also done is in the video player. If you go to the video player here, we've added quite a few new functionalities here. So, you know, mute and then mute when scrolled out of view. We've added that. Also, the length of the video, if you upload a video with length, it shows here. You can see all the triggers are set up here specifically. You have a lot of options to set up different triggers in the video. So we've expanded and improved the video feature. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to and share with you, we'll jump into the media gallery. So let me go into the media gallery. And in the media gallery, under audio, we added the ability to play. So now you can actually play the audio clips. So we've added that update, which is great when you actually use any of these audio files for embedding in using one of our components called Adsonica, which is really nice. So wanted to share that. And then if you go to any creative and you go to the summary page, we've actually added 2 new deployments, one for the trade desk as well as for Adbutler. So so that's kind of a nice new feature. So if I go to the summary page as such, you'll see here if I publish all, and then I go here to look at the tags, you'll see here we've added. So if you go to any of these deployments now, you can actually go and get the add tag, and we've added Adbutler, so you can grab Adbutler tags. It's not only for export, and we've also added specific tags for the trade desk, so it's not only for export, so you could serve third-party tags through the trade desk, which is a nice new feature. And now if I go to the preview page, like this, we've added the ability to have a scrubber for animation. So this is one of the big features, and you can see here, this is an ad unit with actual video, and the animation is aligned to the video. This was part of our 3.4 release, but as you can see, we've added the scrubber up here, so that you can actually move and update the animation as well. Now this was a custom component added to the video player. We will be adding the actual timeline in as one of the components in the video player that you can use, as well as having rewind as well. That's coming. This was built as a custom unit, but as you can see here, having the animation timeline, the video, all synced up with triggers makes for a really nice kind of a shoppable video experience with pins. So this is a nice new feature, adding this this scrubber here to actually work with your animation. It works very nice with the proofing as well. And so those are the main new features of the V3.5. If you have any questions, let us know. But thank you very much.